The only way that we were going to continue as Train is if we made some major changes.
Um, Back in Amsterdam again, after a couple of years of not having played at all, for yourself you played it, of course, but um, I can imagine that when you were away from Train, you built up something in those 3 years, apart from your solo career, and that by restarting Train again, you had to leave that behind again, what you built up. What did you have to leave behind in order to restart Train again?
Well, to restart Train, there was a lot of like cleansing that we had to do. Not just me, but all of us. And I think the only way that we were going to continue as Train is if we made some major changes. In my making a solo record was part of it. I needed to do that for myself, and they needed time away from me, I needed time away from them. But when we got back together, Scott and Jimmy and I, we realized that there were some other people in our lives that didn't fit. People that shared the stage with us, people that worked our business every day. It just wasn't family. And so we basically started over as the three of us and rebuilt a new family.
Mm-hmm.
So we really, what I left behind was things that didn't fit. So now things fit.
And those were those other band members. What was the problem with them? Was there some kind of...
Well, I think that Scott and Jimmy and I have been together for 15 years. And there were two original guys that are no longer with us for, one guy didn't want to be here anymore, and the other was very difficult. He, with drugs and alcohol and things like that. And which is fine in rock and roll until it interferes with moving forward. And then we added two other people, and they just weren't family. They weren't like us enough. And so we basically had to start over. And now we have a couple of guys on stage with us that we love. They're really wonderful guys, and they're great musicians, and they accompany us.
And can you recall when you started making music, what was the aim of the band? Do you know why you even started making music?
That's a great question, because it's what we had to ask ourselves again to make this new record was, why are we doing this? Because what happened was we wanted to make music that people cared about, and it had to start with us caring about it. And then as time went on, we wanted to make songs for the radio. And that's why Train had to take a break, because that's the wrong goal. That's the wrong approach. So we needed to stop so that we could give value to what we do again, and really care about it and want to make great music instead of be on the radio. And once we started to make great music, it got on the radio. So we weren't trying, it just happened.
But is there, because your fourth album is considered to be less commercial successfully,
right?
Is there a direct link between the break and that fact?
Yeah, I think there's a direct link between the fourth record's not doing well and why we had to stop being a band for a little while. I think that we knew we were not happy, and so we continued to make mistakes, and we weren't really enjoying each other's company either. So instead of making another record that wasn't good, or at least didn't do well, or whatever it would be, instead of continuing to make mistakes, we wanted to stop, so that we could maybe either never be together again or push a restart button so that we could be good and love what we were doing. And so we did that, and it worked.
Is that also why with Save Me San Francisco you are going back to those beginning days where that was the most important thing?
Save Me San Francisco is the title because we don't live there any longer based on where our families are. But San Francisco is where the band really got its start. It's where we started. We were there for many years, and we still go there all the time to shoot videos or make records. We made half of Save Me San Francisco in London and half in San Francisco. So basically it's a thank you record to San Francisco and a plea for help. You know, like those times that we felt most alive and the best as a band were in San Francisco. So help us be that band again.